A reminder, the news doesn't end here. Here's what's coming up on WCNC Plus at 7 a.m.
The jury selection process continues this morning as they look for 12 impartial people to weigh in on this high-profile murder trial.
SNAP benefits at risk of running out as the federal government shutdown continues.
We're going to have more people coming in, and we'll be utilizing more of our food. We go through about 25 to 30 pallets of food every week.
How South Carolina leaders and local nonprofits are working to keep food on families' tables.
Plus, as we track storms across the world and right here at home, we'll raise your weather IQ on how wildlife adapts when storms, floods, and droughts roll in.
And the countdown to the Winter Olympics is on.
How Europe is gearing up now 100 days away. Those stories and much more live, local, and breaking news coming up at 7 a.m. on WCNC Plus.
Rush hour traffic has commenced across the Queen City. We have now up to 10 active crashes across the greater Charlotte area, so allow yourself plenty of extra time as you head out the door. This also includes this crash near Lake Wiley, Shopton Road at the intersection of Sledge Road. Also this one, northbound Statesville Avenue, just before I-85. Majestic.
One more cool day with a high of only 54 degrees, cloudy skies. Could see some light scattered rain showers for the first half of our day, but more widespread impacts later on. Sunshine returns tomorrow, looks fantastic for Halloween, and even this weekend, not too bad whatsoever.
It's going to be great to see the sunshine.
Oh,
again.
I'm excited. Yes.
I know. It's funny, 3 days of rain here, and we all lose our minds.
We do.
We're used to the sun so much.
All right, make sure you join us over on WCNC Plus starting in just 1 minute.
streaming live right now at 7 a.m. right here on WCNC Plus. I'm Ben Thompson.
And I'm Lisa Washington. We start with your forecast. Meteorologist Majestic Storm joins us now. Majestic, I know that you're tracking the weather here at home, of course, but also taking a look at Melissa.
Exactly. We really have been watching Melissa over the last several days, but early this morning at 3:10, it made its second landfall in eastern Cuba as a strong Category 3 hurricane with max sustained winds of 120 miles an hour. Melissa continues to move northeast, and that's going to be the trend throughout the day today. So now moving out of that area and heading up towards the Bahamas, eventually towards Bermuda. You can see as we're looking at this now, the latest advisory coming in at 5 o'clock. We should have another one moving in here soon. 115-mile max sustained winds at this point. But notice as it moves out of eastern Cuba between Turks and Caicos and the Bahamas, anywhere from a Category 2 to possibly a Cat 3 storm. Again, continuing to move north and east, staying out in the warm Atlantic water away from the eastern seaboard. Of course, good news for us. However, we will still be watching for swells and dangerous rip currents throughout the next few days. Meanwhile, back home, it's another cloudy and cool day. Sunrise this morning is not until 7:42. Look at how dark it is outside still. And while we do still have some damp area roadways, rain is going to increase later on in the day, late afternoon, and especially tonight. And then tomorrow, finally, the return of sunny skies, 60 degrees for our highs, and even better, just in time for all the trick-or-treaters, the weather is going to be fantastic. Heading out the door this morning, grab that hot cup of coffee. It's 49 degrees in Charlotte, not too bad. Meanwhile, though, in the high country, many of you waking up to temperatures into the 30s. There's that wake-up weather, what you need to plan for. We are still seeing a few isolated showers this morning, but again, the rain will increase as we head throughout the rest of our Wednesday. You can really see it well here, a cool and rainy day, and really right around dinner time and afterwards, that's likely when we'll see the most widespread rain and even possibly pockets of heavy rain at times. No severe weather though, so just want to let you know that. 42 will be your daytime high today up towards Jefferson and Boone, about 50 degrees in Morganton and 55 there in Lancaster. One more day with highs into the 50s. Then by tomorrow, that sunshine will feel so nice. It'll look really nice as well after several gloomy days. And then those temperatures will start to climb back into the 60s on Monday of next week, nearing 70 degrees. And again, after we get through today's rain, the rain really just plummets for the remainder of that 10-day forecast. Here's our satellite and radar. This is a system that we're watching that we're going to be impacted by today, pulling in still lots of clouds. The clouds just really haven't gone anywhere. Cooler weather, scattered showers. We've seen some mist and drizzle this morning, especially out there at App State. You can tell that those area roadways are a little bit wet for that morning commute, but really not seeing significant rain right now, and that's going to be the trend for the next several hours. Here's about 7 o'clock again, kind of that drizzly mist out there, and then as we head into that 2 o'clock time frame, it's important to know that most of the most impactful rain, more of that widespread rain, will be west of I-77. So there's about 2 o'clock heading into the afternoon, pausing time here at about 7 o'clock. This is when it becomes more widespread and starts to expand to even east of I-77. And the yellow right there is where we could see those brief heavy downpours. Waking up Thursday morning, most of us, we are going to be out of all of the rain, clear skies here 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. However, still holding on to a little bit of cloud coverage areas well north of Charlotte. And this is where we also could see a little bit of isolated shower activity. Not going to be impactful, really. It'll be just fine. And then here's Friday morning, 7 o'clock. It is going to be beautiful, just in time for our weekend, but it's not just any ordinary weekend. Of course, it's Halloween weekend. 64 for our high on Friday, 64 on Saturday as well, 63 on Sunday. Sunny skies all around. There's that Jerry Hunt Supercenter 7-day forecast for you. 54 for our high today. So kind of one of those days where you want to stay cozy. Maybe you start a crock pot. You'll have some dinner all ready for you by tonight. 46 waking up tomorrow, and then it's going to be very comfortable throughout the rest of our work week and into the weekend. And don't forget, Saturday night and into Sunday, we got to turn the clocks back. All right, Becca, how are the roads? Is it busy out there this morning?
Definitely getting more and more active. I did turn my seat warmers on this morning, so you might want to do the same. Roadways starting to see more active crashes out there, none of which are on the interstates and highways as of now. Live view over towards I-77 at Gold Hill, starting to get a little bit more jam-packed with traffic on those northbound lanes, but I'd say Gaston County 85 northbound is going to be the biggest slowdown just in terms of the normal traffic that we see for this time of day. Here are all all the active crashes across the area. We'll start with some of the newest ones. This one on West Boulevard at Clanton Road. Minor delays associated with that. Same goes over towards the university area. This one on IBM Drive at Vinoy View Drive. A little bit of orange there, indicating some stop and go traffic. Also, this one is going to be north of Uptown. This is on northbound Statesville Avenue just before I-85, and that crash is blocking the right-hand lane there. So let yourself extra time as you head out the door this morning.
Right now, an investigation is underway in Gaston County after a woman was found dead inside a home on Greenbrook Trail in Dallas. Take a look. Documents say 23-year-old Aaliyah Fortner died last Thursday but wasn't found until Sunday. No arrests have been made. This morning, we're learning more about the man shot and killed in Southwest Charlotte Monday night. Police identifying 23-year-old Zephaniah Rivers as the victim. Officers say they found Rivers on South Boulevard near the Archdale Light Rail Station. So far, no arrests have been made. If you know anything, call police.
This morning, the search for 12 fair and impartial jurors continues on the third day of the Brooks Sandwich House murder trial. Scott Brooks was shot and killed in December of 2019 while preparing to open his family restaurant in Noda that day. Stephen Staples and Terry Connor now on trial for the murder.
WCNC Charlotte's Richard Devane joins us now live outside the Mecklenburg County Courthouse with a closer look at the jury selection process. Richard.
Yeah, good morning to you, Ben. Good morning, Lisa. Good Wednesday morning to everyone on the Plus. The jury selection process is now underway. It started yesterday. And the most important aspect of this is trying to pick those folks who would be able to sit up there, listen to all the evidence, and be fair and impartial, because this is a high-profile case, as you probably know. Now, as we take a look at video, this is the third day, but the second day that they'll actually have jury selection underway. This for the trial of two men accused of killing longtime sandwich shop owner Scott Brooks. Police say Terry Connor Jr. and Stephen Staples shot Brooks in a robbery as he was opening his family's eatery, Brooks Sandwich House, there in the Noda neighborhood, this back in December of 2019. Brooks's brother David spoke on Monday. He says the family has endured 6 years of heartbreak, and that while they forgive in their hearts, they're seeking justice for Scott's death. At least 60 potential jurors have been called in this week, and the judge says the selection process could extend several days, possibly by the end of this week. Attorney Mark Chaton, we spoke with, he's not involved in the trial, but he says the goal of jury selection is finding 12 people plus one or two alternates who can be impartial. Take a listen.
So an example would be juror A goes up there and says, well, look, I know this case really well. I've followed this case. I've eaten at Brooks's over my how many years of being in Charlotte. I know the fellow that was murdered, and I just don't think I can be fair because I have so much sympathy towards Mr. Brooks because I was in there all the time eating burgers. That would then be a for-cause strike because that person can't be fair and impartial.
And as you can well imagine, that's a lot of folks who've probably eaten at Brooks. It's a popular sandwich shop in the Noda section. Now, they'll be asking these questions during the voir dire, which is actually the jury selection process will go on, possibly having those 12 jurors plus whatever alternates are chosen. They'll have that hopefully by the end of the week. Then the trial, opening statements can begin thereafter. Of course, we'll keep you updated every step of the way, both here and online and through all of our platforms. Right now, we're outside the Mecklenburg County Courthouse. Richard Devane, send it back to you.
So jury selection may be done by the end of the week. And then any estimates that you've heard about how long they expect the actual trial to take itself?
Yeah, this trial, they say, could take anywhere from 2 to 5 weeks. There are a lot of first of all, the fact that those two co-defendants are having the trial at the same time is going to add to it because both attorneys for the defense will both have their own set of witnesses, if you will, or testimony that they're trying to accomplish. So the prosecution will thereby have two different people that they're prosecuting at the same time. One thing we do want to mention is that yesterday, Monday, I should say, before they actually started the jury selection process, they did rule that a double murder that one of the defendants is charged in could actually be part of evidence to show a pattern, if you will. That was something that we covered here at WCNC, an incident where a man and woman were both shot in the head. And that is something that, of course, the defense did not want entered into this, but it will now be part of this trial.
Step by step, and you're right, it could take some time. Richard, thanks so much for that live report.
All right, 7:10 right now. Folks, we are officially 100 days out from the 2026 Winter Olympics. All morning long, we'll be sharing fun facts you might not know. In fact, this one, 2026 Winter Olympics are going to feature 116 medal events in 16 disciplines, adding 7 more events and 1 more discipline than the Beijing Games a few years ago. We're back after this on WCNC Plus. Approaching 7:13 right now here on WCNC Plus. President Trump in South Korea this morning, the final stop on his trip to Asia. He's preparing for tomorrow's meeting with Chinese President Xi Jinping, where he hopes to ease trade tensions between the two nations. NBC's Tracy Wilkins has more, including the latest on the government shutdown here at home, now entering day 29.
South Korea, the last stop on President Donald Trump's tour of Asia as he prepares to meet with China's President Xi. Trump is saying a new era of trade is on the horizon, offering some optimism after months of a tense trade war with China. The world is watching to see if talks between the two world leaders can cool tensions.
You know that President Xi of China is coming tomorrow here, and we're going to be, I hope, making a deal. I think we're going to have a deal. I think it'll be a good deal for both.
But in the U.S., the government is far from a deal that will end the government shutdown.
The motion upon reconsideration is not agreed to.
The Senate failed to advance a Republican-backed funding bill yesterday. As we enter day 29, both parties continue the blame game.
And so 42 million people are going to suffer because they're playing political games.
25 states and the District of Columbia are suing the administration to prevent SNAP food benefits from running out this week, arguing that the USDA is legally required to keep using emergency funds.
I challenge Republicans to support use of contingency funds for SNAP benefits. What Donald Trump is doing, and Republicans in Congress are supporting him, is making this shutdown as cruel and painful as possible.
This as furloughed federal workers struggle without the checks they earned.
I'm simply a federal worker trying to do a job and bring home a paycheck for my family.
My utilities come, they're due. My car note is due, my insurance is due. is hard.
Back over to President Trump's trip in Asia. He hinted to reporters that he would like to have a sit-down meeting with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un and was willing to extend his trip in Asia to do so. President Trump now confirming the two will not meet, saying we'll have other visits. Trump made history during his first administration, being the first U.S. president to visit North Korea. In Washington, I'm Tracy Wilkins, NBC News.
Oregon's fight to block the Trump administration's deployment of National Guard troops continues. An appeals court now reconsidering its earlier decision to allow the deployment. Yesterday, the court said it would rehear the case and all active judges on the Ninth Circuit will review it. The earlier ruling has been vacated, meaning at this time, the Trump administration still cannot deploy the National Guard in Oregon, at least for now.
Well, in just a few days, for the 27th year, Larry Spriggle and all of his friends from the Bozo Bus will join us here on Friday morning. This year, you can catch all your favorite characters right here on WCNC Plus from 7 to 9 a.m. You'll probably see a few familiar faces as well before that. Over on WCNC Charlotte, our broadcast morning show starting at 5 a.m. to catch all the action. Catch it right here on WCNC Plus. You don't want to miss it.
Can't wait to see it. We'll be back in just 2 minutes right here, streaming on WCNC Plus.
Well, at this hour, we continue to track Hurricane Melissa as it makes landfall in Cuba. After tearing through Jamaica yesterday, in this video, you can see powerful winds reaching up to 185 miles an hour. Melissa slammed into Jamaica as a dangerous Cat 5, bringing flash flooding and storm surge across the island, causing landslides, fallen trees, and widespread power outages. Officials say damage estimates could take some time and that the impact is devastating.
Jamaica has gone through what I can call one of its worst periods. Our infrastructure has been severely compromised. St. Elizabeth is the breadbasket of the country, and that has taken a beating. The entire Jamaica has felt the brunt of Melissa.
Melissa is the 13th named storm of the Atlantic season, and it's tied for the second strongest on record when it comes to wind speed.
I mean, just incredible. We're talking about 175, 185 miles per hour.
It is sad, and really the worst of it hopefully is done and over with, but we still have a ways to go. Melissa made its second landfall this morning at 3:10 with max sustained winds of 120 miles an hour in eastern Cuba, and we're continuing to watch it still pull in its strength. It's still standing as a strong Category 3 hurricane, and as it moves northeast in between the Bahamas and Turks and Caicos today, we will continue to see those impacts. Here's the latest advisory. Still northeast at 12 miles an hour, so it has picked up some of its speed. One of the biggest problems with Melissa is that it was moving so incredibly slow, bringing big impacts, of course, in Jamaica yesterday, and then today continuing to see that in Cuba, and again going to bring those impacts over the next couple of days. Right now, those winds still holding steady at 115 miles an hour. You can see the track of Melissa as we head into the next couple of days. Again, it's strong Category 3, going to weaken though throughout the afternoon and evening as it does start to pull north, and it actually hits a little bit more wind shear. So not the best environment, which would be good, but still even a Category 2 hurricane, that's still very, very strong as it makes its way near the Bahamas today. And then eventually bringing impacts up towards Bermuda. That is then going to bring anywhere between a Cat 2 and a Cat 1. So we'll continue to follow that, give you the latest updates there. Could even make another landfall before Melissa is all said and done. Want to bring it back home for us today. This is a live camera look coming in from Lylesville, where we do have very overcast conditions. The area roadways are a little damp for some of us, little mist and drizzle out there with increasing rain chances as we head towards the afternoon and especially this evening. 49 degrees right now in the Queen City, 47 in Hickory and Statesville. Yesterday we only topped off at 52 degrees, and today we're doing a little bit better, but not a whole lot. 54. If you like the cool, kind of gloomy fall weather, well, then you'll love the forecast today. Enjoy it because we do have those changes on the way as soon as tomorrow. 55 will be your high there in Lancaster. Here's our satellite and radar. So we're watching this system here as it continues to pull off to the north just a bit and to the east, of course. We're going to stick with still very cloudy and overcast conditions. Starting to see a little bit of green popping up, but likely that's not even rain. That's just very light drizzle. As we head towards the afternoon and evening especially, that's when those rain chances, they are really going to increase. So right around dinner time or so, we could even see a brief heavy downpour. Then tonight, we'll see those temperatures slip down right around those mid-40s. And then tomorrow, the sun returns. We'll have more on that nice forecast that we all get to look forward to coming up. But for now, Becca, what's the latest on those roads this morning?
All right, it's busy out there. Live look outside over towards Mooresville. A nice view over towards Lake Norwood, but it is still dark. It is also chilly. Definitely want to have those seat warmers as you head out the door this morning. Right now, no issues in Mooresville, and drive time slowly going up, but nothing major. Matthews to Uptown will take 25 minutes. Salisbury 49, Waxhaw 39, and Belmont on 85 about 24 minutes. So we still have red on the map, the usual spots, especially inner loop of I-45 over towards Matthews, but also Gastonia 85 northbound also backed up as well.
7:23 right now, folks. It is National Cat Day, which means it's the perfect time to recognize your favorite furry friends. About 49 million households across the country have a cat, and ownership's actually trending upwards. And of course, there are a million more cats that live in shelters, including here locally. So if you're not a pet owner, a cat owner, and you think you might like one, hopefully you're inspired to adopt a cat on this National Cat Day.
You like this day, don't you?
I did. As you know, we talked about National Feral Cat Day a few weeks ago, where I discussed the fact that we have 2 feral cats that we didn't choose. They chose us, including this is Heath. Heath took a selfie yesterday.
Oh my gosh.
We put a cat cam inside his little cat condo. That's Heath with his girlfriend.
That is funny.
That's his girlfriend Iggy.
They're cute.
And that is the little cat condo they have now on our back patio.
Fancy.
They're spoiled.
Feral no more.
Feral no more. The thing is, they don't even like coming inside. So now there can be warm and protected and everything else. So.
I love that.
How do they do with your dog?
Actually, Heath really likes Scout, and we'll go up to Scout. Wants nothing to do with him, but
of course.
But he's like, hey girl, what's up?
And Scout's like,
nope.
Your cat.
Chill.
That's right. And you've got one too.
I do. This is Kiki. I actually have had her since I was 10 in
Really?
5th grade. Kiki's almost 20 years old, and I found her in a field. She was a stray kitten, but she was actually pregnant. She was, less than a year old, and she was pregnant. And I begged my mom to bring the cat home. I had a full-on meltdown because it was in this field in the the middle of Washington State where there's tons of coyotes. Like, there was no way she was going to survive. I'm like, Mom, please, 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 we need to take this cat home with her babies. My mom's like, Majestic, you already have enough animals. No, we're not taking the cat home. And then eventually she said, get the cat, get in the car. And Kiki came home with me, and she's the best cat ever.
I love that.
That's usually how the best stories go. You know, you're not looking for a cat or a
They
dog.
find you.
Yes.
Funny you should say, though, the cat condo came because we saw a coyote in our backyard a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
So,
I remember.
Same thing. I know, I was a little panicked. All right, folks, we want to see your furry friend. Text them to us, 704-329-3600. Specifically, it needs to be a cat because it is National Cat Day. Dogs get all the other love, you know, the other 364 days a year. So let us see your felines out there. And let's take a quick break. Live pictures right now over uptown. The sun's still not up. It is still dark out there, folks. Keep it right here. More news, weather, and traffic coming your way on WCNC+.
Alrighty, good Wednesday morning, everyone. We have another gray and cool day today with temperatures only rising into the 50s, a high of 54 degrees. We do have a few isolated showers out there this morning, but do expect the rain to become a bit more widespread in nature, especially later on tonight. It's going to be cool throughout most of our afternoon and evening. So this morning, if you want to head out for a walk, most of us were dry. It's just a little cool out there. Here's 2 o'clock in the afternoon, mainly west of I-77. But notice once we head into around 5 o'clock, maybe your commute home after work, it could be wet at times, even brief heavy downpours. Here's a silver lining though. Just in time for our Halloween weekend, the sunshine returns. It's going to be absolutely beautiful. Sunny skies return tomorrow, but just in time for the trick-or-treaters as well. All right, Becca, any problems out on those roads this morning?
Busy Wednesday morning commute, although no major issues out on the road, so we'll take it. Live View I-77 at Brookshire Freeway there. Definitely busy, and we're starting to see more traffic build up on the highways and interstates. And here are all the active crashes across the area. We'll start with this stalled vehicle right now. This is west of Uptown Scott Frutrell Drive. This stalled vehicle is blocking one lane of traffic at Billy Graham Parkway. And then the other one is going to be this one, Shompton Road at Sledge Road. This is right near the Lake Wiley area, causing some minor delays.
Thanks for streaming live on WCNC Plus at 7:30 on this Wednesday. I'm Lisa Washington.
And I'm Ben Thompson. Let's start off with your weather impact forecast. Majestic joining us right now. And we've got another day of rain, and then things start looking up.
One more day. We can do it. One more day of cool weather, cloudy skies, rainy conditions heading our way. But the trade-off is a gorgeous day starting tomorrow, and we'll have a trend of just several sunny days in a row. You can see, though, this is a live camera coming in from Monroe, where some of those roads are going to be a little wet for that morning commute, so keep that in mind. Very overcast this morning right here in the Queen City. Cloudy skies, they'll remain throughout the day today, and I think we'll get some isolated to scattered showers for the first part of our Wednesday, but really by the later half of the day, that's when the rain will become more widespread, especially if you live areas west of I-77. That's where we're expecting the most amount of rain. Tomorrow, that sunshine returns, 60s also returning, and then Halloween, it is looking really, really nice. If you have any plans, maybe you're having a Halloween party or you're just taking the kids trick-or-treating, conditions are going to be excellent. Upper 30s this morning up there in Boone, 49 in Charlotte, 47 in Hickory, and about 48 in Lancaster. You can see throughout the day, I'm still seeing a little bit of mist and drizzle out there early this morning, but once we head into the later half of the day, you'll either want to grab your umbrella, your rain jacket, or just be prepared for some wet weather to move in. Notice those rain chances, they will start to increase after about dinner time, and even after sunset tonight. That's when we will see the most amount of rain move into the area. It's not a 100% chance, not everyone will get that rain, but at least 70% of our viewing area. Highs today, again, very similar to yesterday. Yesterday, we topped off at 52. Today, we're forecasting 54. And then tomorrow, that sunshine is going to feel so nice, and temperatures for our daytime highs will be about 10 degrees warmer, give or take. Much of the same for our Halloween day with sunny skies, and early next week nearing 70 degrees on Monday. And once we get through the rain today, really those rain chances really fall off. You can see it there over the next 10 days. Let's talk about a couple of things. I want to really focus in on the system that's impacting the Carolinas. That's going to make it just really feel drizzly and misty this morning. We're seeing some of that being picked up on our satellite and radar, but more rain is on the way. There's a live camera. This is coming in from Boone out there at App State, where it is still so dark. Sunrise isn't until about 7:42 this morning, but you can kind of tell that those roads are going to be a bit wet for that morning commute. Heading into our futurecast, here's about 2 o'clock, so west of I-77, that's likely where we'll get the most amount of rain first, and overall, I think that's where we'll have our highest rain totals. And then 8 o'clock tonight, that's when the rain does become a little more widespread all around the area. So the more east you are, the less rain you'll get, the more west you are likely, the higher those rain totals will be. Overnight, lingering spotty showers will be possible early heading out the door Thursday morning. Here 7 o'clock. A lot of clear skies start to make way, cloudy conditions to the north, and you can still see a little bit of lingering rain. That's early in the morning, especially up there in the high country, and then things will gradually clear out very nicely for all of us. This is how much rain we could see. Radar estimated, of course, anywhere from about 1/4 of an inch to over an inch, with some of the highest totals being up towards Boone and Jefferson, and those lower totals being out towards Lancaster, and especially for Cheraw. Now, the trade-off is one more just kind of dreary, gloomy day today. By tomorrow, we're back to sunny skies, and then it is going to be beautiful, taking us straight into the weekend. Lots of sunshine to get outside and enjoy, plus those temperatures will feel much better. There's that Jerry Hunt Supercenter 7-day forecast for us. Cloudy with a high of 54 degrees today. Lows tonight, not too bad, 46. And then for our high tomorrow, again, around 10 degrees warmer than where we'll top off today. Friday, if you have any plans for your Halloween, we're talking about gorgeous blue skies and sunshine. We'll keep the trend going over the weekend, but don't forget Saturday night and into Sunday, we got to turn our clocks back, so don't get fooled by that. Monday, almost 70 degrees. It's going to be beautiful as well, and pretty quiet heading into next week. All right, Becca, how are the roads? Any new updates?
Couple of new updates. It is also jam-packed in this live view over towards York County. I-77 at Gold Hill as drivers head from York inbound into Mecklenburg County. No reports of crashes or any disabled vehicles on 77 right now. It is just the slow-moving conditions that we normally see for this time of day. So lots of red pretty much everywhere you look, more than green. Just keep that in mind as you head out the door this morning. Got a couple of new things, including this crash. This is on Pineville Matthews Road, right near Alexander Lane. You can see that stretch of orange there indicating some slow traffic. And then we also still have this one, West Boulevard at Clanton Road. And then this one hasn't cleared just yet either. Northbound Statesville Avenue, just before you hit I-85, still has one lane of traffic blocked off.
Becca, thank you. We need to get to some breaking news right now at 7:35. CMS confirming a case of tuberculosis has been identified at North Mecklenburg High School. The district sending a note to families. It reads in part, North Mecklenburg High School and the Mecklenburg County Health Department are working together to provide notification to potentially exposed individuals. Right now, we know the high school is deep cleaning classrooms and common areas to avoid spreading the disease. Common symptoms of TB include persistent cough, fever, fatigue, and chest pain. If your student develops any of those symptoms, you should notify the school immediately. If we get more information, of course, we'll pass that along to you right here on WCNC+.
7:35 right now. The government shutdown forcing SNAP benefits out of the hands of millions of Americans beginning in just a few days, November 1st.
Right here in North Carolina, hundreds of thousands of people will go without. WCNC Charlotte's Destiny Richards joins us live in the studio this morning with how a local food bank is responding. Destiny.
In November, federal SNAP benefits that help families put food on the table will be temporarily halted, and local nonprofits and state leaders are already trying to help fill the gap. In North Carolina alone, hundreds of thousands of people rely on that aid every month, including more than $20 million worth of support in Mecklenburg County. Local nonprofits say, like Nourish Up, say they're already seeing higher demand and they're ordering as much extra food as possible to keep up. Across the state line, South Carolina Governor Henry McMaster has activated the 1SC Fund, giving food banks access to emergency grants and support. With the holidays around the corner, nonprofits say the need is surging, with shelves emptying faster than they can restock.
We're at a loss as to how we will meet that incoming demand. To put it into perspective, for every one person that we feed at Nourish Up, SNAP benefits feeds 9 others.
Nonprofit leaders say there's only so much they can do, and community donations will be critical in the weeks ahead. If you need help or want to donate, we've posted links to local food banks and the 1SC Fund in this story on the WCNC mobile app. Lisa.
So, Destiny, with the government shutdown, some people might assume that SNAP benefits will stop for everybody on November 1st, and that's not necessarily the case. So explain to us how the timing of this works.
Yeah, so according to the folks at Nourish Up, the impact will be staggered. It's not everyone on November 1st. In Mecklenburg County, SNAP benefits are loaded onto EBT cards on different days based on the last digit of each recipient's social security number. So that means some families will feel the effects earlier in the month, while others will see delays later in November. So Nourish Up says this is a bit of relief, but the demand is already here and nonprofits can't handle it all alone. So the call to action right now is really for the community to donate, to volunteer, host food drives, and reach out to lawmakers. And again, anyone who needs help themselves, they're encouraged to reach out.
We're really going to be feeling the impacts of that very soon. All right, Destiny, thank you. Meanwhile, in South Carolina, several organizations, including Hope of Rock Hill, are working to provide assistance as SNAP benefits are paused. The group is leaning on its own resources to buy food for families in need. The nonprofit getting ready to stock its shelves ahead of November 1st.
We're going to have more people coming in, and we'll be utilizing more of our food. Like today, we just purchased 8 pallets of food from Second Harvest, and it'll be gone in a couple of days. So we go through about 25 to 30 pallets of food every week.
Yesterday, South Carolina's Governor Henry McMaster announcing that the 1SC Fund was enacted to help food banks. To learn how you can donate funds or food supplies, or if you need assistance, just head to our WCNC mobile app.
Some restaurants also stepping in, helping those government workers going without a paycheck. At Choplin's Restaurant in Cornelius, owners say they're offering free meals to federal employees and their families until the shutdown ends. They say it's a way to spread a little hope to those struggling to make ends meet right now.
We're able to do is to give a little bit of hope, a little bit of love through food. So it's a wonderful thing. We just posted it on Friday and boom, all of a sudden, we've gotten such an incredible amount of response.
Guzzo's Cuisine in here in Charlotte also serving meals to furloughed workers, creating a special menu for those who show a government ID or proof of missed pay. Both restaurants say they're going to keep helping until those paychecks start coming in again.
As we head to break, the countdown is officially on. We are now just 100 days away from the opening ceremony of the 2026 Winter Olympics. The Games returning to Italy for the first time in 2 decades. You can catch the Olympics right here on WCNC Charlotte starting February 6th. .42. Now you are streaming live on WCNC Plus. A new AI policy will soon be rolled out in Charlotte-Mecklenburg schools. Board members approved it last night. The unanimous vote comes as board members say it's crucial to prepare students for a future where AI plays a bigger role. The policy requires all AI tools using student or staff data to be reviewed by a committee, and final decisions cannot be made solely by AI. Board members stress technology should enhance but never replace human interaction, creativity, or decision making.
A major announcement from Amazon, the company slashing its corporate workforce by 14,000 people. And one of the reasons for the cuts, artificial intelligence. NBC's Christine Romans explains how more companies may follow.
The massive cuts at Amazon, 14,000 corporate positions slashed, as the company says it is staying nimble as it embraces the changes brought about by artificial intelligence. In a company memo calling this generation of AI the most transformative technology we've seen since the internet, adding Amazon needs to be organized more leanly, echoing what CEO Andy Jassy said this summer.
With every technical transformation, there will be fewer people doing some of the jobs that the technology actually starts to automate.
LinkedIn chief economist Karen Kimbrough says this is just the beginning.
What we're seeing is it's jobs in HR and marketing, also engineering, media and comms. We're going to have a long, I think, 5 to 10 years of watching roles, evolve under the pressure of AI. But there's also going to be some new opportunities.
Opportunities also for small businesses. At this popcorn shop in Maine, Julie and Paul Roberts make 40 flavors of popcorn. Their newest ingredient, AI.
We have been able to create a whole brand new website with the use of AI. I have used it for our social media, for email blasts. It's been incredible.
And that's instead of hiring a person.
It is, yes, absolutely.
A new technology she can't afford to pass up. Christine Romans, NBC News.
Those layoffs come as Amazon plans to invest more than $5 billion in South Korea. The money will go toward AI data centers for Amazon Web Services, the company's cloud computing arm. It's the same system that suffered a massive outage earlier this month and knocked out much of the internet offline.
The U.S. could lose its measles elimination status in the coming months following Canada, which is on track to lose its status as an outbreak that began a year ago, continues to spread. Neither the U.S. nor Canada has been able to stop the ongoing spread of the highly contagious virus over the past year. As of yesterday, more than 5,000 cases have been reported in Canada since October 2024. And according to the CDC, over 1,600 measles cases have been reported in the U.S. so far this year.
In South Carolina, a mobile health unit will now deploy in parts of the upstate as cases there continue to rise. It will offer free vaccines across several areas. Public Health has now confirmed 8 new cases in Spartanburg County, bringing the total number in South Carolina this year to 33, with nearly all of those cases tied to that outbreak in the upstate. Officials say the new cases were linked to close contact of known cases. Take a look at this. The new Dr. Seuss book will be published next year. Seeing the 50 United States helps readers learn and name all the states with the help of the Cat in the Hat and his helpers. That manuscript was found earlier this year at the Geisel Library at UC San Diego. There was complete text and a cover sketch by Dr. Seuss, along with notes on the overall art direction. That publication will come just in time for America's 250th birthday next year.
What a discovery.
Right?
And lucky for all of us, right?
For sure.
All right, folks, Halloween just a few days away, and longtime viewers know what's coming. For the 27th year, Larry Sprinkle and all his friends from the Bozo Bus will join us Friday morning. This year, you can catch all your favorite characters right here from 7 to 9 on WCNC+. You'll probably notice a few early stragglers come in on our broadcast over on WCNC Charlotte starting at 5 a.m. So keep it right here, WCNC+, come Friday morning for the return of the Bozo Bus.
Can hardly
It'll be your
wait.
First time.
Oh boy, I'm ready to see Helen.
It's quite the experience, Helen included. We're back after this on WCNC+.
Good Wednesday morning, everyone. We are off to another very rainy start to the day right here in Blowing Rock, where we do have a live camera showing us just how gloomy it is. You can see just overcast conditions, limited visibility. The ground is wet and rain is coming down for some of us there in the mountains. It's going to be an overall very cool day with temperatures just struggling to warm, especially in the mountains. Here's another live camera. This one's coming in from Monroe, where you can tell it is also raining at this point. I have to tell you that the rain that we're going to see this morning is more isolated to very, very scattered, but the rain that we're going to see this afternoon and especially tonight will be more widespread and even heavy at times. It's 38 degrees right now in Boone, and those winds this morning up in the mountains, they've also been quite breezy, making it feel even cooler than your actual air temperature, so grab the layer. You'll want it this morning. Nearing 50 degrees right now in the Queen City, and we're watching this big area of low pressure right here. It's just spinning in a whole lot of rain for several states across the country. Now, meanwhile, for us across the Carolinas, it's not the most beautiful start to the day, that's for sure, but we don't have that widespread rain quite yet. Some of us still seeing some light scattered showers, but we're also just seeing mist and drizzle out there for a lot of us. There's another live camera. This one is coming in from Boone at App State. Oftentimes, when you have weather like this, where it's just cloudy and very overcast, those fall colors are so vibrant. They're so bright. You can see it there at App State. Now, I want to walk you through our futurecast, letting you know about the rain today. We have one more day of rain, and then by tomorrow, we get sunny skies, and it's going to be beautiful as we're wrapping up the work week. Here's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, so most of the rain is still west of I-77 at this point. Pausing time here. Here's around 8 o'clock, so I'd say after dinner time, after sunset, that's when the most steady rain is going to make way across our viewing area as a whole. The heaviest rain is expected to fall up in the mountains, and the more east you are in our viewing area, that's where you'll likely have the least amount of rain. Here's Thursday morning, 7 o'clock. We're starting to see really nice gradual clearing skies from Shelby, Gastonia, Rock Hill through Wadesboro. A little bit of lingering cloud coverage to the north of Charlotte and perhaps an isolated shower or two, but then really Thursday is kind of our transition day where we have a mix of sun and clouds. We're seeing really some nice progress with temperatures back into the 60s. And then Friday, you can't compete with a Halloween forecast like this. It is going to be sunny and nice, temperatures into the 60s, and we're talking about clear skies. So breaking it all down, we have sunshine on the way, returning tomorrow. Halloween looks nice, but let me tell you, those temperatures Halloween night and early Saturday morning will get chilly, even in Charlotte, dropping down into the upper 30s. This is for us today, though. Cloudy skies, a high of 54 degrees. More rain showers as we progress later in the day. And overall, look at the mountains. Low 40s for your highs. 42 in Boone, 42 in Jefferson. So yes, you'll want your layers as you're getting dressed today. Over the next 10 days, we are starting to see those warmer temperatures ahead. Monday, nearly 70 degrees. And then those lows, they're kind of all over the place. But look at this. Late Friday night, early Saturday morning, by the time you're waking up on Saturday, maybe you're heading out to a farmer's market or you like to wake up and go for a morning walk, 39 degrees. That is going to be quite chilly. If you have any mums outside, especially if you live in a valley, you may want to protect them or cover them up, as we could even see some frosty conditions, especially in the valley locations. Then we'll start to see those lows climb just a little bit, but overall today is going to be our last day of rain, and then finally sunny skies will return. All right, Becca, how are the roads? Is it busy this morning because of just kind of the damp conditions?
Yes, actually, I am following a new crash. This is on I-85 southbound at Mallard Creek Road. Was previously blocking 2 lanes of traffic. Within the last couple of minutes, it has cleared to the shoulder, but you can see how dense that traffic is because of that crash. This is actually a live view from the backups of that crash. The damage is already done, but traffic is expected to improve. So the crash location, again, I-85 southbound near Mallard Creek, was seeing delays extending past 3 miles, but again, starting to see some improvements there. So no alternate route needed at this point. 77 northbound, still a little bit slow out there, and still lots of active crashes. So I want to get to this one as well. This is on the outer loop of I-45 towards the university area. This is on North Tryon Street, and this is causing quite the stretch of delays with 1 lane of traffic blocked off. In addition, got this one updated image. This is inbound Providence Road at I-485. It is blocking that left-hand lane.
Hi, this is Larry Sprinkle. It's Wednesday, time for today's Tiny Town. It happens to be Krause, North Carolina, between Lincolnton and Cherville on Highway 150. Krause, North Carolina. The population is 322. As far as the area, just a little over 1 square mile. Krause was settled by German immigrants who moved into what is now today's Lincoln County back in the 1700s. Originally was called Krause, K-R-A-U-S, but changed to the more American Krause, C-R-O-U-S-E. Krause, North Carolina. Big event going on Halloween. Trick-or-treat fun for the whole family from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. All sponsored by the Krause Fire Department. They have a big barbecue. I mean, it's going to be a fun time in Krause, North Carolina. Highway 150 will get you there easily. So Krause, North Carolina, that is today's Tiny Town. I'm Larry Sprinkle.
All right, Larry, thanks. Live pictures right now over Uptown, 7:55 right now on the clock. Keep it right here on WCNC Plus.
Well, good Wednesday morning, everyone. We are waking up to another cloudy and cool day with a little bit of mist and drizzle out there, some isolated shower activity. But as we progress throughout the rest of our day today, especially into the afternoon and evening, that's when we will have more of that widespread rain ahead. One more day of gloomy weather, and then that sunshine is on its way by tomorrow. Here's a look at the day ahead. Cloudy conditions. Again, do keep in mind that those scattered showers will be possible really throughout the day, but more of the widespread rain, it'll wait until later on tonight for it to make its way. Just in time for all the trick-or-treaters to head out Friday night for Halloween. It's going to be fantastic. Sunny skies all throughout the weekend with sunshine and temperatures rising back into the 60s. There's that Jerry Hunt Supercenter 7-day forecast. Gloomy weather today and then really nice conditions throughout the rest of that 7-day forecast. Becca.
Traffic starting to improve after that crash was blocking 2 lanes of traffic. Now off to the shoulder, I-85 southbound at Mallard Creek, but notice still how slow moving it is. These are the backups over towards I-85 in the University City area, so traffic starting to improve there. Also want to let you know of a crash that we have. This is on the outer loop of I-45 near North Tryon Street. It is blocking 1 lane of traffic and causing quite the mess.
Streaming live right now at 8 a.m. right here on WCNC Plus. I'm Ben Thompson.
And I'm Lisa Washington. We have breaking news right now. CMS confirming a case of tuberculosis has been identified at North Mecklenburg High School. The district sending a note to families. It reads in part, North Mecklenburg High School and the Mecklenburg County Health Department are working together to provide notification to potentially exposed individuals. Right now, the high school deep cleaning classrooms and common areas to avoid spreading the disease. Common symptoms of TB include persistent cough, fever, fatigue, and chest pain. If your student develops any of those symptoms, notify the school immediately.
All right, approaching 8:01 right now. Majestic joins us right now with a look at your forecast, and the sun will come back out tomorrow.
Exactly. Perfect. I mean, today is just another gloomy one all across the area. Not everyone has rain currently falling, but right here in Blowing Rock, you really can just tell it's just a cold scene. You can see the area roadways are wet there, very overcast conditions. I have seen a few people out there walking, but they do have their rain jacket on, and you'll probably want that today, especially if you're up in the mountains, because the mountain locations really will be where we will get the most amount of rain, mainly areas west of I-77. Here's Monroe, where we also have some rain coming down, some light spotty rain showers. But remember, as we head towards the afternoon, but especially tonight, that's when more of the widespread rain starts to move in. Current temperatures, we're mainly into the 30s, 40s, and some low 50-degree temperatures there in Chirac, 47 in Rock Hill, but we all have cloudy conditions in place because this area of low pressure right here just to the west of us. This is the thing, as we head into the next few hours, maybe you're somebody who likes to wake up, you like to go get your steps in early in the morning. You could still encounter some mist and drizzle. You sometimes have a hard time picking that up when you look at satellite and radar here, and that more impactful rain really is not going to move in for several more hours. Here's another live camera look. You can tell it's just kind of a cold but cloudy, beautiful fall day when you're seeing those beautiful colors there on the trees. This is out there in Boone at App State. But again, if you're looking for the sunshine, you're not getting it today. Rather, you'll get more cloud coverage and even more rain showers moving in as we progress throughout the afternoon. So here's our futurecast. 2 o'clock in the afternoon, areas west of I-77, you have rain coming down. Pausing time again around 7 o'clock, around dinner time or just after. This is when we start to get more impactful rain, even areas east of I-77, and we could even see brief heavy downpours. I don't think we'll have any storms, no severe weather, that's for sure, just kind of more of that inconvenient weather. So especially on your commute home from work tonight, make sure you're just driving for the conditions, as it'll likely be rainy, especially west of I-77. Waking up Thursday morning, here's 7 o'clock. By this point, a lot of us will actually get some sunshine. However, if you're north of Charlotte, that's where we're still going to be holding on to a little bit of cloud coverage, maybe an isolated shower or two. But then as we head throughout the afternoon, Thursday is kind of our transition day because we'll have a mix of sun and clouds, generally much better than what we have seen over the last few days. And then Friday looks fantastic. Sunny skies from sunrise to sunset. So yes, sunshine's on the way. We'll start to see that tomorrow. And then Halloween is going to be very nice. Temperatures into the 60s. It's going to be gorgeous, but Halloween night and Saturday morning gets very cool. We're looking at 54 for our high temperature today. Yesterday we topped off at 52, so a couple of degrees warmer. Probably won't be able to notice a whole lot though. 53 in Chester, 42 in Boone today, and over the next 10 days, temperatures will get much warmer compared to where we'll top off today. Again, 54 today, nearly 10 degrees warmer by tomorrow, and then that trend will continue. We'll settle into a very quiet weather pattern with not a whole lot of activity ahead. Now, Saturday morning, 39 degrees will be our low here in Charlotte. That means if you're in the mountains, it's going to get even cooler. So be mindful. If you have any sensitive plants, frost may become an issue again. And again, with that, it's going to be very clear, really allowing those temperatures to cool off nicely. We'll say goodbye to the cloud coverage and goodbye to the rain. But remember, today is going to be our last rainy day, anywhere from about 1/4 of an inch to 1/2 of an inch for most of us, but up towards the high country, that's where we do have those higher rain totals. If you have any plans for your Halloween, it's going to be beautiful. 64 for your high, sunny skies. Maybe you're having a Halloween party. Maybe you want to have a bonfire. Maybe you're just taking the kids trick-or-treating. Now, throughout the day, it's going to be just fine. Of course, temperatures are going to start to drop by Saturday morning, waking up to upper 30s here in Charlotte. We'll see those temperatures rebound very nicely, though, back into the 60s, both Saturday and Sunday. And then Monday of next week, You can see it here on our Jerry Hunt Supercenter 7-day forecast. It's going to be nearly 70 degrees, so a beautiful start to our work week. But don't forget, remember, Saturday night and into Sunday, it's that time of the year where we got to switch our clocks back. All right, Becca, any new updates out on those roads?
Yes, a couple of new updates, but 60s never really sounded so good. Outside now, certainly chilly, a little bit damp out there, but mostly dry. I-85 southbound at Mallard Creek, we still have that active crash that is on the shoulder, but you can see traffic just moving slowly past us. So keep in mind that you have emergency vehicles on that right-hand shoulder there. All lanes of traffic are still open. Lots of red out there on this early Wednesday morning, with probably the second biggest thing going on going to be this crash on the outer loop of I-45 near North Tryon Street. It is blocking one lane of traffic, but the stretch of delays extends now past 5 miles. You'll definitely want to seek an alternate route. Live view across York County, starting to see traffic settle down, but just a little bit slow on those northbound lanes. Drive time still going up. Matthews to Uptown will take 35 minutes, Salisbury 54, Waxhaw 39, and Belmont on I-85 about 24 minutes, guys.
This morning, the search for 12 fair and impartial jurors continues on the third day of the Brooks Sandwich House murder trial.
Scott Brooks was shot and killed in December of 2019 while preparing to open his family restaurant in Noted that day. Stephen Staples and Terry Connor now on trial for murder. WCNC Charlotte's Richard Devane joins us live outside of the Mecklenburg County Courthouse with a closer look at the jury selection for the trial. Richard.
Yeah, good morning to you, Lisa. Good morning, Ben. Good Wednesday morning, everyone out there on the Plus. Basically, because this is such a high-profile case, they have to be extra careful to make sure they can find those impartial folks to sit on this jury panel. Now, as we take a look at video, we can tell you that this is all for this high-profile case. Jury selection continuing today for the trial of those two men you mentioned who were accused of killing longtime Sandwich Shop co-owner Scott Brooks. Police say Terry Connor Jr. and Stephen Staples shot Brooks in an armed robbery as he was opening his family's eatery, the Brooks Sandwich Shop located in the Noda neighborhood. This all happening in December 2019. Brooks's brother David spoke on Monday saying that the family has endured 6 years of heartbreak and that while they've forgiven their hearts, they're seeking justice for Scott's death. At least 60 potential jurors have been called in this week, and the judge says the selection process could extend several days as they try to find those 12 jurors and whatever alternate number they've chosen. We spoke with Mark Jatan, an attorney who's not involved in this trial. He says the goal of jury selection is finding 12 folks who can be impartial.
So an example would be juror A goes up there and says, well, look, I know this case really well. I've followed this case. I've eaten at Brooks's over my how many years of being in Charlotte. I know the fellow that was murdered, and I just don't think I can be fair because I have so much sympathy towards Mr. Brooks because I was in there all the time eating burgers. That would then be a for-cause strike because that person can't be fair and impartial.
Yeah, that is just one of the issues that they're facing today, making sure that those jurors, that's just one of the steps. Then each attorney also has a number of strikes. They can strike a witness as well for, I think they have as many as 4 or 5 strikes that they can make to disqualify a juror. So it's going to be a long process. You heard 60 some odd potential jurors have been called. They will go through this process trying to find those 12. If you wonder what happens if they can't get 12 out of them and the alternates, they would then have another group of jurors come in and the process would continue. We're right here outside the Mecklenburg County Courthouse. Richard Devane, guys, we'll send it back to you.
And here's the thing, both sides want to make sure that they get that jury pool right, because you got to get the jurors, the alternates, and they want people, both sides that they can convince, either in defense of or against. All right, Richard, thanks so much for that report.
8:09 right now, and folks, today we're celebrating 100 days out from the 2026 Winter Olympic Games. Take a look at these shots from Milan of the cathedral there, one of the host cities for this year's games. 2026 marks the 3rd time Italy has hosted the Winter Games, 4th time as host overall. Catch the Olympics right here on WCNC Charlotte starting February 6th.
As we head to break, here is an exclusive shopping deal for our viewers.
Hey, you know I'm here to save you money every day, and we test a lot of products. We leave the rejects over here. We only send you the best. And this is going to save you some serious money at the dentist. Teeth whitening can cost hundreds, like north of $600. You can do this for a fraction of the price. This is from Pure Sonic. It is their LED teeth whitening solution. The LED part is what makes it go so fast. They say it goes 10 times faster than going to the dentist, and it's a lot cheaper too. They give you the gel, they give you this tray. You literally just turn on the LED light and put it into your mouth like this. I mean, I'll do it for you. Keep it in there for 30 minutes. You're already gonna see results. 7 days, you're gonna get the results that you want for your teeth whitening. Now, there's another product they have too. It's these teeth whitener pens. This is pretty cool. You just twist it and some gel comes out. Perfect for the road, perfect if you have headshots or a business meeting. You literally just dry your teeth and then paint it on, and it's instantly gonna make your teeth a bit wider. All right, so you have that, and then the other thing you have is this water flosser, rechargeable with the USB. You just turn it on like that, and it works. And there are 3 speeds. 25% off each of these products. You can buy 1, you can buy 3. It's 25% off. Just scan the QR code on your screen or go to shoptvdeals.com.
Well, if you're a runner, even if you're not, get ready to lace up. The annual Drop Dead 5K happening this Saturday at the Elmwood Pinewood Cemetery there in Uptown. The proceeds of the event go to the historic Elmwood Pinewood Foundation, which helps fund restoration, preservation, and renovation work of what is a historic place here in Charlotte. 5K open to everybody, and if you're interested, you can actually sign up the day of the race. And of course, it is happening the day after Halloween, so a lot of folks are going to be running in full costume.
That's right, and joining us now to tell us more about this family-friendly event is Bill Bibby, the City of Charlotte Cemeteries Supervisor. Bill, thanks so much for joining us this morning here on WCNC Plus. Now, if someone has not heard of this before, tell us about the Drop Dead 5K.
Well, it's a 5K run that goes through Elmwood Pinewood Cemetery. This is our 5th year. We're about, last time our count is 414 runners that have signed up. It's becoming a real fun event. And like I said, it's our 5th year and it's going strong.
And we mentioned that some of the money goes towards the cemetery itself. Explain for people who might not realize the historic value of this cemetery. It's been around, I think, since the mid-1800s.
Yes, it's been there since 1853. We have prominent charlatans who built city like the Belks, the Ivies, Randolph Scott. Many people come for the history tour after also, which I do. So it's a great time for everybody to get together, and it brings up recognition for the cemetery and the fact that a lot of people don't even know it's 70 acres right in the middle of town.
5K, of course, a race, but there's a lot more to this. What should folks who are going to be heading down there expect? What can they expect in addition to the 5K?
Addition to the 5K, there's going to be a kids fun run right after. Like I said, I'll be doing a tour after. We have some vendors there, petty thieves, coffee truck will be there. It's becoming a big event every year.
And what do you hope that folks get most from this 5K?
Recognition of the cemetery, that it's there. It's a nice green space. It is Arboretum 1, status 1 Arboretum here right in the middle of the city. And the recognition is just people drive past it every day. They probably don't even know it's even there.
That's right. You can, if you're ever uptown, you might drive by it, or
right
on 77, you might see it. And of course, in a city that's known for bulldozing a lot of our history,
right?
For better or for worse. I'm not making a judgment call on that, but we're known for that. That this is one of the few corners of the city that has really maintained itself. And thanks a lot to people like Bill Bibby for helping take care of it.
For sure. Bill, thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you, guys. Thank you very much.
Well, with Halloween now just a couple days away, you probably know what's coming up. For the 27th year, Larry Sprinkle and all his friends from the Bozo Bus will join us Friday morning. This year, you can catch all your favorite characters from 7 to 9 right here on WCNC Plus. If you tune in earlier for our broadcast show over on WCNC Charlotte, don't worry, you'll probably see a few familiar faces there as well. The fun starts all at 5 a.m. on WCNC Charlotte.
Buckle up, folks. It's going to be a good one.
That's right.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with more here, streaming on WCNC Plus.
.19 right now on WCNC Plus, and at this hour we continue to track Hurricane Melissa as it makes landfall in Cuba overnight after tearing through Jamaica yesterday. In this video you can see powerful winds reaching up to 185 miles an hour. Melissa slammed into Jamaica as a dangerous Cat 5, bringing flash flooding storm surge across the island, causing landslides, fallen trees, and widespread power outages. Officials say damage assessments could take some time and that the impact is devastating.
Jamaica has gone through what I can call one of its worst periods. Our infrastructure has been severely compromised. St. Elizabeth is the breadbasket of the country, and that has taken a beating. The entire Jamaica has felt the brunt of Melissa.
Melissa, the 13th named storm of the Atlantic season, and is tied for the second strongest on record when it comes to wind speed.
And it's already made landfall twice and still not done yet, Majestic.
No, it could even make a third landfall by tonight across the Bahamas. I want to give you an update because I just want to let you know this morning it officially made landfall in eastern Cuba for the second time at 3:10 a.m. with max sustained winds of 120 miles an hour. That's a strong Category 3 major hurricane. Now, we do have new information coming in. This is now our 8 a.m. advisory. So that was a Category 3 hurricane. Now it has dropped down to a Cat 2. Moving north-northeast at 14 miles an hour, so continuing to pick up some speed. Max sustained winds earlier were at 115. Now it's at 105. Still a very strong storm, though, continuing to move away from Cuba and now out towards the Bahamas, Turks and Caicos. You can see the cone, the direction in which a storm is going to go. So a Cat 2 continuing to move just right here, impacting perhaps tonight the Bahamas. Again, could make a third landfall before this is all said and done. After the Bahamas, then we'll have to really be watching Bermuda. This takes us all the way into Thursday night and into Friday, still holding some strength right there. So really a very strong and devastating storm. Back home for us, we have one more day of dreary weather. This is a live camera. It's hard to even see because we have overcast skies. We have some drizzle and some mist out there. I think that's what's on the camera there in Anson County, but we have more rain on the way as we're heading into the afternoon. Not only that, but notice visibility has also dropped down. Hard to even see the Queen City right there. Combination of just really cloudy skies and also that fog that is developing. It's 46 degrees in Hickory right now. It's 48 in Charlotte as well as Lancaster. Yesterday, again, we topped off at 52 degrees. Today, we'll top off at 54. So overall, just a cool fall day, a good day where you kind of just want to stay cozy in place. 54 for our high there in Monroe and a little warmer for Chirac, 59. So not a whole lot warmer, but we'll take what we can get. We're watching this area of low pressure right there. You can see it spinning here. It's going to pull in some rain showers for us along with this front. It's going to pull in some active weather as we're heading into the later half of the day. But I do want to mention that an isolated shower or two, it's already happening out there this morning, but the more impactful weather, that'll actually be later on tonight. There's our planner for the rest of the day today. Notice those rain chances. They'll be there throughout the entire day, but they'll be highest really after sunset tonight. Once we get through the rain, then those rain chances, they really drop down. We're going to settle into a beautiful weather pattern. But here's about 2 o'clock. Maybe you're picking up the kids after school or you're going to be driving home from work. That's when the rain is going to be the heaviest. It's going to be west of I-77 here, right around dinner time or so. I don't think we'll have any storms, no severe weather or anything like that. And then tomorrow, it is going to be absolutely beautiful. All right, Becca, I'm going to send things over to you. Any updates on the roads?
Yes, got a new crash that I'm looking at. This is on I-77 northbound at Remount Road. Probably not the best NCDOT camera, but we do know that one lane of traffic is currently blocked off, and you can see kind of a blurry image there, but traffic is moving slowly because of this. So these cameras are all NCDOT, so it's showing the slowdowns there, giving you an idea of the conditions out there. But I also want to let you know that I-77 northbound is just gridlocked from York inbound into Mecklenburg County, especially as you get further towards Uptown. Also want to let you know that that crash that we had that had a stretch of delays extending about 5 miles has cleared. That was on the outer lip of I-45 near North Tryon Street. And also want to let you know of this. This is a crash on Pineville Matthews Road. This is right near Alexander Lane, and it did have reports of an injury associated with it. You can see some oranges and yellows there indicating some slowdowns. Like I mentioned, it is gridlocked on I-77 northbound over towards Gold Hill as drivers make their way from York inbound into Mecklenburg County. So rush hour traffic hasn't let up just yet.
8:24 right now. We mentioned last hour, it's National Cat Day. Some of you sending in pictures of your felines. Take a look at your screen. We've got a few of them right here. in all, including a Woody, Wally, Angel, Elvis, and more. Two of our viewers, Brooks and David, said every day in their house is National Cat Day.
Of course it should be. It's their special day, and we want to show off all of your cats as well. All you have to do, text us a picture of your furry friends. When we say furry, today we mean cats because it is National Cat Day. Dogs are wonderful, of course, and other furry animals and pets. But we want to showcase the cats this morning. That number, 704-329-3600.
Live pictures right now over uptown on a foggy Wednesday morning. We're back after this on WCNC Plus.
Well, good morning, everyone. We have cloudy, overcast skies, limited visibility for some of us, and it's also kind of chilly out there. Area roadways will be wet for some of us. This is a live camera coming in from Blowing Rock, and today in the mountains, that is the area that will see the most amount of rain, especially areas just really in general west of I-77. Here's our satellite and radar. Most of us were dry, or you at least have a little drizzle or mist out there. Into the afternoon, though, that's when we will see more of that widespread rain move in, especially late afternoon and into the evening. No storms or anything like that, just some wet weather. Here's a trade-off, though. We'll have one more rainy day if that means a nice Halloween weekend, and that's exactly what we'll have. Sunshine returns tomorrow, but boy, it's going to be perfect for all those trick-or-treaters. All right, Becca, how are the roads this morning?
Got an active crash that I'm looking at. This is I-77 northbound. These are the backups at Clanton Road. The crash is at Remount Road. It is blocking one lane of traffic. So you can imagine what that is doing to those northbound lanes. It is gridlocked basically from Remount all the way towards York County. And you can see those backups extend I-77 at Gold Hill. So let yourself plenty of extra time as you hit the roads. Here's that stretch of red over towards York inbound into Mecklenburg County. Also slow, Gastonia 85 northbound.
Thanks for streaming live on WCNC Plus at 8:30. I'm Lisa Washington.
And I'm Ben Thompson.
We have some breaking news right now this morning. CMS confirming a case of tuberculosis has been identified at North Mecklenburg High School. The district sending a note to families. It reads in part, North Mecklenburg High School and the Mecklenburg County Health Department are working together to provide notification to potentially exposed individuals. Right now, the high school is being deep cleaned for classrooms and in the common areas to avoid spreading the disease. Common symptoms include persistent cough, fever, fatigue, and chest pain. If your student develops any of those symptoms, notify the school immediately. Again, this is happening at North Mecklenburg High School.
All right, turning to your weather impact forecast right now. Majestic's juggling a couple of fronts. Not only our forecast wet here today at home, but also Hurricane Melissa.
We just had our 8 a.m. advisory come in, and now Hurricane Melissa is now a Category 2 hurricane as it continues to pass beyond Cuba and now heading towards the Bahamas. Could even make a third landfall later on tonight or into early tomorrow morning. North-northeast 14 miles an hour, so it is picking up some speed. Still very strong, though, 105 miles an hour. Again, if you're just waking up and joining us this morning, it did make its second landfall this morning in eastern Cuba around 3 o'clock this morning. We're still seeing significant impacts there and in Jamaica, so still not done with Hurricane Melissa. Meanwhile, let's bring it back home. It is going to be another gray, cloudy, very overcast day. That's Anson County, Louisville. It's hard to even see because of the conditions. 46 degrees in Hickory, 47 in Statesville. Going to be one of those days where you just need to grab some layers. It's kind of chilly outside. Yesterday, we only topped off at 52 degrees, and today we'll bump it up a little bit. It won't be all that noticeable, though. 54 for our high there, and generally across the area we'll be holding on to those below average temperatures. Here's the deal, though. Here's our satellite and radar. You can see that area of low pressure just continuing to spin. That's pulling in a lot of rain for several states across the country this morning, and for us, we really haven't seen significant rain this morning. It's kind of just been some isolated showers here and there, and really as we're heading into the afternoon, that's when we're likely going to see the bulk of the rain. So instead of having a lot of rain in the morning time and dry in the afternoon, it's kind of going to be flip-flopped. There's that forecast for your Wednesday as you're making those plans. Again, most of the rain will really start to ramp up really right around dinner time and afterwards. Once we get through that, then no more rain over the next 10 days. It's actually going to quiet down, and yes, we'll have plenty of sunshine to look forward to. Here's our futurecast about 2 o'clock this afternoon. So west of I-77, that's where most of the rain is expected to fall, where we will see the highest rain totals. Right around dinner time, 5 o'clock, maybe your commute home tonight. Keep this in mind. Take it easy on I-77 and I-85 because it is going to be quite wet for some of us. And then there you go, 7 o'clock, it starts to spread into areas like Concord and Salisbury, even out there towards Albemarle. It'll be on again, off again, very scattered into the early morning hours of Thursday, but by the time most of us are waking up on Thursday, it is all going to clear out very, very nicely. Overnight tonight, we'll see those temperatures dip down mainly into the 40s, about 46 for our low tonight in Charlotte. And then tomorrow we'll see those temperatures rise back into the 60s plus sunny skies. But look at Saturday morning, 39 degrees. That is going to be quite cold for you, especially if you like to wake up and get outside. Now this will be in Charlotte, so especially up in the mountains, we're going to be looking at frosty conditions. If you have any plants, sensitive plants that could be damaged by that, make sure they're protected, even brought inside if they need to be, or just put a blanket over them or a tarp. You can see though over the next several days, sunshine tomorrow, sunshine straight into our hollow weekend. So if you're having a Halloween party, maybe you're just having a big bonfire and some chili, it's going to be nice, very comfortable throughout the day, but of course getting cool into those overnight hours. There's that Jerry Hunt Supercenter 7-day forecast. One more gloomy day. Tomorrow's kind of our transition day, partly sunny skies, and then Friday, not even a single cloud in the sky. That's going to set us up for a really nice looking weekend weather forecast. Becca.
Looking forward to the weekend. Not looking forward to this morning commute live. Look, aside from I-77 out Remount Road, this is where we do have that crash. We don't have the view of the actual crash. It's just a little bit up to the north near Clinton Road, but we do know that it is blocking one lane of traffic, and I want to actually show you where that crash site is. So there is I-77 northbound at Remount Road. We're seeing a stretch of delays extend past 5 miles, so you can basically expect stop and go traffic all the way to about I-485. Definitely want to take an alternate route. South Tryon Street would be your best bet. Still slow, Gaston County, 85 northbound, pretty typical for this time of day, but we are starting to see traffic lighten up just a little bit. Still a few issues out there, including this crash, Pineville Matthews Road near Alexander Lane. Newest one on the board is also going to be on Pineville Matthews Road. This is just before Beverly Crest Boulevard. It's heading westbound and just one lane of traffic is blocked off.
8:35 right now. The government shutdown continues this morning, and come this Saturday, millions of Americans could lose their SNAP benefits.
Right here in North Carolina, hundreds of thousands of people will go without. WCNC Charlotte's Destiny Richards joins us in the studio this morning with how a local food bank is responding. Destiny.
Well, in November, federal SNAP benefits that help families put food on the table will be temporarily halted, and local nonprofits and state leaders are already trying to help fill the gap. In North Carolina alone, hundreds of thousands rely on that aid every month, including more than $20 million worth of support right here in Mecklenburg County. Local nonprofits like Nourish Up say they're already seeing higher demand, and they're ordering as much extra food as possible to keep up. Across the state line, South Carolina Governor Henry McMaster has activated the 1SC Fund, giving food banks access to emergency grants and support. With the holidays around the corner, nonprofits say the need is surging, with shelves emptying faster than they can restock.
We're at a loss as to how we will meet that incoming demand. To put it into perspective, for every one person that we feed at Nourish Up, SNAP benefits feeds 9 others.
Nonprofit leaders say there's only so much they can do, and community donations will be critical in the weeks ahead. If you need help or want to donate yourself, we've posted links to local food banks and the 1SC Fund in this story on the WCNC mobile app. Lisa.
So, Destiny, with the shutdown, some people might think that the SNAP benefits are going to stop for everybody on November 1st, but that's not exactly the case. That's not really how it works. Explain the timing.
Yeah, according to the folks at Nourish Up, they say the impact will be staggered. In Mecklenburg County, SNAP benefits are loaded onto EBT cards on different days based on the last digit of each recipient's social security number. So that means some families will feel the effects earlier in the month, while others will see delays later in November. And Nourish Up says while this is a bit of relief, the demand is already here and nonprofits can't handle it all alone. So the call to action right now is for the community to donate, volunteer, host food drives, and reach out to lawmakers.
All right, Destiny, thank you so much for that. Meanwhile, in South Carolina, several organizations, including Hope of Rock Hill, are working to provide assistance as the SNAP benefits are paused. The group is leaning on its own resources to buy food for families who need it. The nonprofit getting ready to stock its shelves ahead of November 1st.
We're going to have more people coming in, and we'll be utilizing more of our food. Like today, we just purchased 8 pallets of food from Second Harvest, and it'll be gone in a couple of days. So we go through about 25 to 30 pallets of food every week.
Yesterday, South Carolina's Governor Henry McMaster announced the 1SC Fund was enacted to help food banks. To learn how you can donate funds or food, or if you need assistance, all you have to do is head over to our WCNC mobile app.
Some restaurants also stepping in, helping government workers going without a paycheck right now. At Choplin's Restaurant in Cornelius, owners say they're offering free meals to federal employees and their families. They say it's a way to spread a little hope to those struggling to make ends meet right now.
We're able to do is to give a little bit of hope, a little bit of love through food. So it's a wonderful thing. We just posted it on Friday, and boom, all of a sudden, we've gotten such an incredible amount of response.
Cozo's Cuisine here in Charlotte also serving meals to furloughed workers. They've created a special menu for those who show a government ID or proof of missed pay. Both restaurants say they'll keep helping those without getting a paycheck right now until those paychecks return.
Well, as we had to break, the countdown is on. We are now 100 days into the opening ceremony of the 2026 Winter Olympics. The Games returning to Italy for the first time in 2 decades. You can catch the Olympics on WCNC Charlotte starting February 6th.
8:41 right now here on WCNC Plus. The U.S. could lose its measles elimination status in the coming months following Canada, which is on track to lose its status as an outbreak that began a year ago continues to spread. Neither the U.S. nor Canada have been able to stop ongoing spread of the highly contagious virus over the last year. As of yesterday, more than 5,000 cases have been reported in Canada, and according to the CDC, 1,600 cases reported here in the U.S. so far this year.
In South Carolina, a mobile health unit will now deploy in parts of upstate South Carolina as the cases there continue to rise. It will offer free vaccines across several areas. Public Health has now confirmed 8 new measles cases in Spartanburg County. That brings the total number of cases in South Carolina this year to 33, with nearly all tied to the upstate outbreak. Officials say the new cases were linked to close contacts of known cases. A young girl in Iowa had her dream come true. Penelope Pearson spent 3 years fighting and then beating leukemia. This week, she found out the Make-A-Wish is sending her to Universal Studios in Florida. The 11-year-old will get the chance to visit the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. It's a trip her family says is extremely special.
I can't remember the last time that we had time off or that we had vacation or any kinds of place where we could go and not have any worries. The idea of being able to take some time for ourselves and especially for our kids is just very special.
A plumbing company in Iowa helped make that trip possible by donating $100 from the sale of every new water heater to fund her adventure. A Wisconsin dad earning big praise this Halloween for a costume that's both creative and eco-friendly. It's inspired by the beloved Mama Rosa the Troll statue, a symbol of sustainability near Milwaukee.
Dwa Izar shows us how the costume was brought to life.
Inside the Lund home, there is a motto you must live by.
Do something ridiculous. You totally have enough time. You just have to do something and go for it.
Halloween seemed like the perfect time to do just that.
I've told my kids I'm an undercover police officer for the last 3 years and just go in a flannel.
So Elliot Lund got to work.
A lot of sticks from our yard.
Taking an iconic piece of Wauwatosa and bringing her to life. Mama Rosa the Troll, created by Danish artist Thomas Dambo, stands as a symbol of sustainability, built from trees and recycled scraps.
I love the community. I love craftsmanship. Like, this kind of just brought all of that together.
Elliot decided to do the same, building his with items from Goodwill, trees, and even sentimental reminders.
These are bark. An apple tree in our backyard died, and this is one of the last pieces we have of it. And so the eyebrows are actually really special to me.
Accurate, down to the smallest details.
Soon after she was installed, some hornets put an earring in her ear, and so we got the wasp nest as well, just to be true to the details.
80 hours later, Elliot's Mama Rosa was ready to hit the town.
As soon as the paint went on and I stood back, it was like, oh, this was so worth it.
For Elliot, it's a labor of love.
To hear people just like start laughing and then to realize that I could kind of dance in it and like it looked ridiculous.
And a reminder that no matter your age, you can always be a child at heart.
Just felt like a great celebration of Wauwatosa and of our city.
All right, well, just a few days till Halloween. And for the 27th year, Larry Sprinkle and all his friends from the Bozo Bus will join us Friday morning. This year, you can catch all your favorite characters right here from 7 to 9 on WCNC Plus. If you tune in earlier over on the broadcast, don't worry, you'll probably see a few familiar faces there as well. All starts 5 a.m. Friday morning on WCNC Charlotte and WCNC Plus.
Buckle up, folks. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to take a quick break, but we'll be right back streaming here on WCNC Plus.
All right, take a look at this. This is pretty cool. A new Dr. Seuss book is going to be published next year. Sing the 50 United States helps readers learn and name all the states with the help of the Cat in the Hat and his helpers. The manuscript found earlier this year at the Geisel Library in San Diego. There's a complete text and a cover sketch by Dr. Seuss himself, along with some notes on the overall art direction of the book. The publication will come in time for America's 250th birthday.
The timing couldn't be better.
Couldn't be better. So cool to
And
find
what a
this
neat find, yeah.
all these years later. That's right.
That is awesome. I'm excited to see what it's all about. I love a good Dr. Seuss book, that's for sure. And I love reading on days like today where you just want to get cozy. We have another gloomy day ahead, so let's get to it because it is going to be cool and overcast. Scattered showers this morning will turn more widespread later on tonight and especially throughout the later evening hours. We'll time that out for you. There's a live camera look. Yes, we do still have some isolated showers out there right now. You can still see it's kind of hard to see right here in Dallas because of how low those clouds currently are. So watch for limited visibility at times. For some of us, it's chilly up there in Boone where it's only 39 degrees. This big area of low pressure right here, it's spinning in some very wet weather for several states across the country. Now for us, we don't have a lot going on right now. You step outside, most of us were dry. There is still kind of that mist and drizzle or just an isolated spotty shower. But as we're heading into the later half of the day, that's when it does become a little bit more impactful. There's a live camera look. This one's coming in from the mountains. You can see people are running across the street. They are wearing their rain jacket though. Good idea. Keep that handy today, especially for those higher elevations because areas west of I-77, that's really who will see the most amount of rain. Here's about 2 o'clock this afternoon, our future cast, so you can see the rain moving in, and this is going to be pretty steady throughout the afternoon, throughout the evening, and then for Charlotte, I think really later on in the day, that's when we'll be most impacted. There's about 8, 9 o'clock tonight. Heading into the overnight hours, here's Thursday morning, cloudy to get us started. This is early, about 1 o'clock, so most of us are still asleep by this point, but some lingering rain by the time we're heading out the door and starting our actual Thursday morning. There's 7 o'clock, most of us starting to see some sunshine by that point. Little bit of clouds and some spotty shower activity to the north. And then there we go. Thursday's kind of that transition day where it's definitely not cold and cloudy anymore, but it's not gorgeous like Friday will be. Kind of a mix in between the two. Partly sunny skies, but we'll take those 60-degree temperatures returning tomorrow. And then just in time for Halloween, it's going to be absolutely beautiful. 54 for our high temperature today. Remember yesterday we topped off around 52, so a couple of degrees warmer. And notice those rain chances. They do increase after dinner time tonight. So if you're going to be out on those roads around 5, 6, 7 o'clock, just watch for wet conditions and possibly even some ponding because we could see some brief heavy downpours. 42 for your high today there in Jefferson, 50 in Statesville, and about 54 in Rock Hill. After today, we're saying goodbye to those 50-degree temperatures and we'll enjoy more seasonal conditions. Back into the 60s we go. And then you can see those overnight lows. This is going to be a big part of our weekend weather forecast. Saturday morning, you'll feel that chill in the air as those lows dip down into the upper 30s. Clear skies will really allow those temperatures to fall very, very nicely, but we could even see a little frost out there, especially for the higher elevations. Let's get to this because this is about how much rain we could see throughout the day today and into early Thursday. Of course, radar estimated, so up in the mountains, the high country, that's where we will see the most amount of rain, and then the more east you are, that's where it is least likely, but I think a good bulk of us will get some rain showers today. The trade-off is we got to deal with one more gloomy day, and then tomorrow we get the sunshine, and then their weekend weather forecast looks fantastic if you're having a Halloween party or you're just taking the kids trick-or-treating for Friday. 64 for our high with sunny skies. Of course, it's going to be much cooler by the time the kids are heading out to get their candy, but just a few layers and we should be all good to go. There's that Jerry Hunt Supercenter 7-day forecast. Wet weather today, sunny skies start to return tomorrow, and don't forget Saturday and into Sunday we are turning those clocks back. Becca.
All right, still tracking a couple of things as rush hour traffic starts to come to an end. Still not letting up in those usual spots. This is I-77 northbound over towards Gold Hill. So really from York inbound into Mecklenburg County, do expect some stop and go traffic. We did have that earlier crash on 77 northbound at Remount Road, but that has officially cleared to the shoulder, but damage is already done. Live look outside, we do have this crash here. This is the Brookshire Freeway inner at North Tryon Street. It is blocking one lane of traffic there. You can see the backups behind it. And then we also still have this crash. This is westbound Pineville Matthews Road just before you hit Beverly Crest Boulevard. And it's that left-hand lane that is currently blocked there, guys.
Folks, we mentioned it earlier. Today's National Cat Day. Some of you have been sending in your pictures. Take a look. We've got a couple new ones. We had Woody and Wally, Angel, Elvis, Calvin, a couple others on there. Thanks so much for sharing your photos. You can keep them coming. And happy National Cat Day to all who celebrate.
Those are some good-looking cats. All right, singer and Charlotte native Renee Rapp postponing her hometown show tonight as she recovers from an illness. Last night, Rapp announced on Instagram that she still doesn't have a voice and can't perform safely. This marks the third show on her tour that she's had to postpone. The show has been rescheduled for next Friday, November 7th. All tickets for the original Spectrum Center show tonight will still be valid for next week. Of course, Rapp grew up in Huntersville. She attended the Northwest School of the Arts in Charlotte and made her Broadway debut in 2019 playing Regina George in Mean Girls.
Got a lot of folks who are going to be disappointed, but I
next week.
I gotta believe for someone like her, there's nothing more exciting than playing for a hometown crowd.
Of course. I did not realize she was from here because I've seen that new Mean Girls movie and she was excellent in it. And so she put out some new music. A lot of people really like her.
Yes. So a lot of people around, like old teachers and who have been proud of watching her rise to fame. We've interviewed them, and so hopefully they all can go to the concert next week.
Next week. All right, well, we need to take a quick break, but before we do, another reminder to keep it right here on WCNC Plus, really all day. Just turn us on, leave us on. We're going to have another update of weather and traffic, and then starting at 9 o'clock, our own Jane Monreal is going to take over from our live Impact News studio. They're going to have the latest on the government shutdown. This is day 28, and the emergency support that's being offered, as well as all of the breaking news events as they happen right here on WCNC Plus.
Well, good Wednesday morning, everyone. We have one more day of weather that looks just like this. Cloudy skies, scattered showers becoming more widespread by the time we're heading into the afternoon, and daytime highs only rising really into the 40s and 50s. There's that satellite and radar. We do have some isolated showers out there this morning, but notice throughout really the afternoon and especially this evening, that's what it is going to become a bit more widespread and impactful. No storms today. It's just going to be rather cool, but there's a trade-off. It's going to be beautiful starting tomorrow, but if you have any plans for Halloween this upcoming weekend, I mean, talk about a nice weekend weather forecast. Sunny with a high of 64 for Friday, right on Halloween, and then those overnight lows will be chilly Saturday morning, waking up to upper 30s. Becca.
Traffic starting to settle down there. Live like outside from South Charlotte. This is I-77 over towards Westinghouse Boulevard. It was a busy morning commute. Finally starting to see some improvement. Still lots of red as you head out the door, so just allow yourself plenty of extra time. Got a couple of crashes still. This one, Brookshire Freeway Inner at North Tryon Street. Currently one lane of traffic blocked off there. And then this one I'll let you know about westbound Pineville Matthews Road right before Beverly Crest Boulevard. Drive safe, y'all.
Thank you.